Fixed and variable costs. Fixed and variable expenses are the two main components of a company's total overhead expense. Fixed costs are those that do not fluctuate with changes in production activity or sales. Examples of fixed costs are rent, insurance, dues, subscriptions, and items like tools, because we don't buy a new tool for each item we produce. On the other hand, variable costs are those that respond directly and proportionally to changes in the activity level. Variable costs are like hourly wages, materials used in production, for example, plastic used to make computers, steel used to make car doors, etc. You also have other variable costs such as inventory. I might have to buy more items in order to produce it. You could also call that material, but just to be specific, I'm mentioning it separately. Shipping, because the more items I make, the more items I have to pay shipping costs for each of the items, maybe to finish producing or to package or things like that. And any other item that if I buy one, my cost is 1. And if I buy 10, my cost is 10. Any of those items would be considered variable costs. It is very important to understand the behavior of the different types of expenses, such as production or sales. And you need to understand that total fixed costs remain unchanged as volume increases. So coming back here, if I made 1 item or 10 items, my rent would not change at all. So it's a fixed cost. That differs from the variable side. To give one final example of some of the fixed and variable costs, assume that there is a rent of $1,000 a month and insurance on the building of $800 per month. Then assume that that company makes bicycles. The cost to make a bicycle is $200. If I only make 0 bikes, I still have to pay the $1,000 a month in rent and the $800 a month in insurance. Those items are absolutely fixed costs because I've made no production, but I still have them. The cost does not change as production changes. But if I make 10 bikes, oops, keep doing that, my cost is now going to be the $1,000 in rent, the $800 in insurance, and now $2,000 to make the bike. Likewise, if I keep going up, in a third example, and show that if I make 20 bikes, I'm going to have $1,000 in rent, $800 in insurance, and now I'm going to have $4,000 in the cost to produce the bike. It's easy to see that no matter what I have done, the rent and the insurance have not changed. They're the fixed costs. But if I make 10 bikes, I've got $2,000 in the cost of the bike, and if I make 20, I have now doubled the cost. That is clearly the definition of a variable cost. So make sure you understand which costs are fixed and which costs are variable. As you advance in the course, you're going to come across things that fit both ways, and we're going to talk about how you measure those, and they're kind of semi-fixed or semi-variable. But that's for another course. This is just your basic lesson now.